Last time we looked at the statement of the problem, and now we're going to be moving forward to the method of investigation. The method of investigation is task 3 in the SBA, and we are going to move straight into it. So I'll make sure, as you can see, I'm still in my document. I'm at the end, which is where I would be, and I'm going to go to my insert tab. Let me open this out so you can see it properly. Insert, page break, and this should take me to a new page. Now that I'm on my new page, I want to ensure that go back to home, that I insert my heading, right, so that it will go into my table of contents that I've already set up. And this is method of investigation. Now, what is your method of investigation? I'm going to save this. The method of investigation is really the strategy you're going to use. What are you going to use to collect the information from the persons who are going to take part in your research? Because yes, you're going to actually interview, or you're going to get feedback from persons. And they're asking, how are you? You're going to tell them how you're going to get this feedback. Predominantly, there are 3 methods used for the SB, CSEC SB: a questionnaire, interview, schedule, or observation. Now, I have always used the questionnaire, and that's the method I'm going to demonstrate. The questionnaire, I choose that because I believe it's one of the simplest ways. And of course, that's the next thing you need to do. You need to state what method you're going to use. After you state the method, you need to define it or describe it, to explain what it is. And after you do that, you need to state some advantages, and at least 2 advantages and a disadvantage of using the method. So it shows that you're objective, right? And you would have done your due diligence in deciding that this is the method I want to use. All right, so I'll just go ahead and start typing. Let me open this out in order to collect data, and data is the same as information for the research. Right, and obviously I haven't set up my spacing, so I need to fix that each time. So double space, which means 2, and remove space. So I've stated that I intend to use a questionnaire to collect my information. I'm going to minimize now so you can see what next I'm going to do. Now I need to define what is a questionnaire, and to do that you can simply go to the internet, go to Google, and you're going to, I'm opening a tab here, and I'm just going to write definition for questionnaire. I'm going to open this up, and as you can see there, it's a definition from the dictionary. Here's one from Simple Psychology Question Pro. Alright, let me use this one here. Alright, so it says a questionnaire is a research instrument consisting of a series of questions for the purpose of gathering information from respondents. Wonderful. So not all websites will show your author and the date it was updated at the beginning. Sometimes you have to scroll to the bottom of it and you will see it somewhere down here, the last thing on the page. Sometimes it's there. And I noticed while scrolling just now that it says to me, because we're going to be using APA style for our bibliography, it says to me that, sorry, this is not it. how to reference this article. So it's telling me how it should be written in the bibliography. So I could just copy this and put it in my bibliography, but there's another method I'm going to show you, all right, where you will, since we haven't started our bibliography yet. All right, so let's get the definition and go. You can choose to copy this by highlighting it. You can use shift and your arrow key, or you just hold on your mouse and scroll across. So I'm copy Control C. Let me minimize this and I'll put it here. You could, and here you notice that the font is different, so I'm merging it for it to match my font and style that I'm using. You could take the definition as is here, as well as you could paraphrase it, meaning you could say it in your own words, and we prefer when you say it in your own words, but for the benefit of time we're just going to leave it like that. Now how am I going to insert the bibliography? Because remember, we haven't started doing the bibliography yet and we're going to need it, but I need to keep track of this reference. Okay, so I'm going to do something that I want you to pay keen attention to. All right, so to store this source, because remember I got that from someone that's not mine, I'm going to click on References, Insert Citation, Add New Source, because this is a new citation, something new that I'm taking from the web that I want in my bibliography. Where did I get it? Type of source, it wasn't a book, it was a website. All right, the author, the name of the author, if I remember, it is Saul McLeod. All right, and the name of the page is Simply Psychology. And that's also the name of the website. You can always come back and edit this in case. Alright, we need to, and it was, I remember 2018. I didn't see a month or a year or anything like that. Alright, let me say show all bibliography fields. Alright, year it was accessed. I got this in 2021, I took it, and I will want the URL. Alright, so I will need, let me see if I can go, I don't think I can go from here, I'll have to come back and edit, but I would need to copy, so you could do this from before, copy the website address, so you would have it to paste here. Let me see if I can go over there. Yes, I can. Alright, so open this out, click in the address bar, press Ctrl C, and you take that. Right, it was Saul McLeod, and alright, so we go back to our document and we paste the website address there. Alright, and I think that's it. Alright, so okay, so you see it would have inserted McLeod 2018, and that is saying the author is McLeod and it was written, the article was written in 2018. This information is stored so that when I'm ready to do my bibliography, I can always just insert this as well as any other references I would have made to other people's work at the end of my SPA. Alright, so that done. Let me go back to my guide and minimize this and minimize this. Alright, and my guide, where's my guide? Right there. So now I would have stated the method I'm using, I would have defined the method and properly cited it. And now I need to state two advantages and disadvantages of this method. In most cases, your teacher will give you a list, or you could find a list of advantages and disadvantages of a questionnaire in your textbook. And of course, you can always go back to Google and search. Okay, so let's search for advantages and disadvantages and you will just put two advantages because we have to be cognizant of the word limit, which is 1000 words, and one disadvantage, right? And once more, we will have a myriad of stuff coming up. You go through to see what suits you and you will pull from it. All right, so let's get that. Okay, so I would have written my two disadvantages and one disadvantage, and I'm gonna place my bullet here. So I come up to the home, look at this, look for the bullet I want, press that, and I am fine. All right, want to ensure that it's in line with others. Good. All right, so, and that's it. So questions may be left unanswered. Let's write it that way. And you don't have to write yours the way I have mine here. And of course, let us save. You could choose to just write everything out as the following advantages and disadvantages, and you just continue typing in the paragraph. You didn't have to list like I did. But if you want to, you know, it looks visually appealing, you can list. And that would be your method of investigation. And that, of course, would be another 2 marks. So let me get back to my guide to make sure I am doing what I should be doing. So yes, I would have described the method. I would have identified the method first. I would have described it. I would have given advantages and disadvantages, and of course I would have earned my 2 marks. And I saved. And just by way of demonstration, let me go back to my table of contents, see how that is coming along. So nothing will happen in there. You have to click unless you do. You click on it and click update entire table, and let's see what happens. Voila, see, and our SBA is building quite nicely. All right, so take care until next time. We are going to move into our data collection instrument, which is task 4. Save.